Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Undead, back again for the 14th day of my 30 Days of Battlefront challenge series, where every single day is a new topic, and today's topic is all about my favorite loadout. Now, there's actually two for me. So the two loadouts that I pretty much use all the time essentially are kind of the same. They both have the same purpose, and they just have different ways of pretty much getting to the end result, which is staying alive. So my first of those two loadouts is Back to Bomb, Personal Shield, Jump Pack, and the Berserker trait. And this is usually run with guns like the EE3, which is my top choice. But if I'm really not feeling it today and I'm really playing like shit, and I really can't seem to hit those bursts really accurately, I usually swap over to the DLT-19. Which really doesn't care if you're accurate or not. You just gotta shoot in the general direction, and I can assure you some of those bullets or blaster bolts are definitely gonna hit the target. So either those two guns are probably my first choices. I sometimes use the EE4 if I have to. If I'm really playing like ass, or if the map kind of calls for it. You know, a lot of the best pin maps pretty much always use EE4 just because it's so close quarters. And if you don't use the EE4 in those close quarters maps, you're really just shooting yourself in the foot, so there's really no point. But the purpose of this loadout is actually all about killing your opponent quicker than they can kill you. And this kind of goes down to the Berserker trait. Now, it pretty much does rely on you getting the Berserker trait, obviously up to trait level 2 or 3. But thankfully, the EE3 is pretty solid on its own. You don't necessarily need Berserker trait 3 or 2 or even 1 for that matter for the EE3 to really perform well, or the DLT-19 for that matter, because the DLT-19 just shoots so fast it doesn't care if you have Berserker or not. It just kind of adds to the guns. So, and the way that works is obviously Back to Bomb is to keep myself healed up and in the fight, so Berserker actually is useful. Personal Shield is pretty much just because I don't really have too much health. You pop a Personal Shield and run on out of there with the Jump Pack, and essentially you as soon as you land with the Jump Pack, usually on Personal Shield it and then come back around for a second attack run, and essentially that type of stuff. So pretty much overall a pretty good kit. It definitely allows you to do some crazy damage, especially with Berserker level 3. So it's always a very fun loadout to use. And moving on to the second loadout that I use pretty much all the time is going to be pretty similar in style. We're going to have, obviously, the Back to Bomb and Jump Pack. Those are pretty much staples. I pretty much can't play a game without them, to be quite honest with you. But we have, for this charge card, we actually have the Adrenaline Stim, which is very useful. And we actually are changing out Berserker for Bodyguard. Now, this is pretty much that meme that you guys see on the Reddit where, you know, they kind of talk shit about players using this one loadout. But honestly, it's a really solid loadout, and overall, it really allows you to help yourself stay alive longer. So pretty much the way that I mentioned this earlier is both loadouts are pretty much working towards the end goal. So the first kit kills your enemies quicker, allowing you to stay alive because you're killing your enemies quicker. And this loadout allows you to absorb more damage, therefore outliving your opponent rather than killing your opponent quicker. And essentially, that just means that both loadouts achieve the same end goal of staying alive, just different fashions. And it pretty much depends on the situation for me, which one I choose to go with. If I feel like I can survive and I'm playing well that day and I don't really have a problem staying alive and I'm getting out of firefights safely, I will tend to go with Berserker just because of the fact that the increased blaster output or damage output is going to be pretty helpful. You know, there's never going to be a case where the increased hip fire damage is not useful. It's always going to be very helpful. On the other hand, if I feel like I'm really getting just shit on the whole time and I'm really getting wasted constantly, I'll definitely go ahead and pick up the Adrenaline Stim just to keep myself the health regen always on top, as well as the Bodyguard, because Adrenaline Stim, Back to Bomb, and Bodyguard all combine together to create a pretty annoying experience for the opponent because you become pretty much impossible to kill with the addition of the extra 30% health from the Back to Bomb, the constant health regeneration from the Adrenaline Stim, and the extra 50% damage reduction with the Bodyguard trait. That player generally becomes a pain in the ass to deal with. But that about does it for this video today, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts and the feedback on the matter. What is your loadout that you always use whenever you play the game, and the one that you can't play without? I would love to know. Hope you all enjoyed the video, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.